Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Glad to have you along as we get set up for the Edmonton Oilers versus the Vancouver Canucks this evening at 8 p.m. It's an away game for the Oilers out on the West Coast, so we'll be staying up late to watch potentially the 8th regulation loss of the season. Now, okay, doom and gloom aside, Tyson, shut up. How bad is it really for the Edmonton Oilers at current? Well, I've got a couple of slides here for you, kind of explaining why I am where I am with the Oilers right now and kind of looking forward to what we have to do to reverse this whole rut we are currently stuck in, right? I said to you last night, it's not time to panic in terms of trading Leon Draisaitl. To anyone that misunderstood what I was saying in that video, simply put, the title asks the question, as many people in the comments section over the past 3-4 days have, is it time to trade Leon Draisaitl? Should the Oilers trade Leon Draisaitl? My answer, simply put in that video, if you watched the full thing, is no. So the panic button, there's scales to it, and we're not nuclear meltdown panic button yet. So let's go look at what the Oilers really have to do and kind of what the easy math is, what the hard math is, to figure out what is going to happen next for the Edmonton Oilers. That said, if at any time you're enjoying the video, anytime you're an Oilers fan, anytime whatever you want to stay in touch with me, hit that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV, and let's rip. It's going to be a good little episode here. Obviously, I don't think I'm streaming tonight. Simply put, I don't think I can put myself through another night of pain like that if the Oilers decide not to show up. So the easy numbers currently are, the Oilers are 2-7-1. I've made a lot about that this weekend, right? Losing to Nashville really sucked. Well, for 95 points, which again, if you look at the Dolynny TV comments section, you look at everybody's reoccurring themes, what keeps getting brought up is that, well, the Oilers really, for a secured spot in the playoffs, are going to need about 95 points, which would put you roughly in that first wildcard spot, right? Somebody might squeak in with 94, who knows? I'm not going to get down to that nitty-gritty. You have to go 45, 27, and 0, or some combination of 90 points down the stretch. Now, here's the thing. You're asking the Oilers to basically win an entire season of hockey games down the stretch in 72 games when you should have had 82 games to win 45 hockey games and then obviously lose some in overtime and regulation. However, now you got to do it in 72. And when you divide 45 by 72, friends, that is 62.5% of the Oilers games they got to win. Not impossible. Ken Hall and Jay Woodcroft have combined for seasons like that in the past too. It's not unheard of. However, we look at this right now, friends. We're 2 and technically 8, right? We have 2 wins, 8 losses. Yeah, 1 counts for a point. Who cares? On the season, everybody's made a lot of bones. The Oilers started 7-3 and then went 3-7. Well, now we've started 2-8, and you have to go 8-2. Has anything you watched from the Oilers this season said, hey, in the next 10 games, the Oilers are going to go 8-2? I am feeling confident about that. Because I tell you, every time the Oilers have started the season hot, there's been a majority of Oilers fans saying they're about to fall off the deep end here in the next 10. So there's nothing redeeming here, I don't think, in the first 10 that says the Oilers are about to label off an 80% winning percentage in their next 10 games, salvage a 10-10 record by, American Thanksgiving, or by whatever the 20-game mark, whatever you're using as a compass of how this season's going to go, and hey, we'll be right on our way. That's why I'm negative. That's why I'm down and out. That's why I'm hurting right now, is because the Oilers haven't given us that glimmer of hope. Yeah, they lead in like Corsi and all that. Again, big whoopity whoop. If you don't hit the net, if you don't score goals, and Connor McDavid's going to score less than 29 this year, you ain't going to win very many hockey games, and that's kind of where we're currently at. So yes, things can change. It's obviously not nuclear meltdown panic time, but you get where I'm going. It don't look good, and that's why I'm reporting what I'm reporting. Now, the hard numbers I promised you here, friends, is we're going to speed up the video down the stretch. Both goalies are bottom 7 in the league. Everybody says the Oilers have the 2 worst goalies in the NHL. That is not factually correct. The Oilers, in fact, have 2 of the 7 worst goalies in the NHL. Neither goalie is worst in either of these categories, but they are both bottom 7 in save percentage and goals against. So now you go to even more hard numbers, right? Look at this one. Vegas is up 18 points on the Edmonton Oilers entering tonight. So technically speaking, the Oilers' shot at first place is done, I think, if you lose tonight to the Canucks, because then they would be a minimum of 14 points up in Vegas, potentially by the time you play the Sharks, either 20 or 22 points up on the Edmonton Oilers. So the math gets very hard very, very quickly. Now, here's another kind of fun one. This is one that Patrick from the Oilers Fanatic discussed with me this afternoon, kind of taking a spin on a conversation between Elliot Friedman and Jeff Merrick on 32 Thoughts, literally saying, no matter who the GM is for the Oilers, no matter what the situation is for the Oilers going forward in the next few, at current, you are trading for a loss. So everybody says, well, just trade Darnell Nurse. That'll solve all our problems. What are you going to get for him? Who's going to take him? The entire fan base, it seems, every day screams that the guy is the most useless guy we've ever seen suit up for the Oilers in history. Is any GM rushing out when Ken Holland calls him, hey, dude, I'll do Darnell Nurse 1-for-1 for this guy. No problemo. Here you go. The GM of the other team is going to laugh at Ken Holland and say, sorry, what? You want to give me the most hated guy in your entire hockey sphere for one of my guys? Pound sand, dude. Go to the next guy. I ain't taking that deal. Same with Cody Ceci. Everybody says how terrible Cody Ceci is. So who's going to go out there as a general manager of another hockey team and give the Oilers anything? Again, get rid of Jack Campbell. Well, you can't buy him out mid-season. I guess you can put him on waivers for purpose of contract termination, but there has to be something else in the background other than poor performance for that to work out. You put him on waivers, you only save $1.15 million in cap space. Guess what? You call up Ollie Rodrigue to fill his spot. Now you only have $400,000 in cap space saved. That did nothing for you. Who are you going to get? Oh, you're going to keep Sam Gagner on the roster. Good work. That works out. Again, it's just at the end of the day, there's no easy answers here. Winning changes everything, yes. But that's what you were supposed to be doing already. And now the math's gotten dang hard to try and turn it around the rest of the season. And every single loss from here makes it harder and harder and harder to pull off. That's why I'm where I'm at. And that's how bad it really is for the Edmonton Oilers at this point. Friends, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Obviously, that said, even if I'm not streaming tonight, I will be watching tonight's hockey game. You can guarantee that, because I need to know what happens so as I can talk to you and give you my take, because that's the way this whole YouTube Edmonton Oilers channel of mine thing works. So we'll discuss that later this evening. I promise you that. But for now, I leave you with the easy numbers and the hard numbers, and we see where we go this evening against the Canucks. I am up on out of here.